How could a man without legal status carry a badge and a gun for 10 years when those sworn to uphold the law are breaking it?
The system is more corrupt than you ever imagined. An illegal alien's been walking around Illinois with a badge and a gun for a decade, arresting American citizens while breaking federal law every single day. Homeland Security just blew the lid off his scandal in Hanover Park, and what they found should terrify every law-abiding American. We've got exclusive analysis from Mark Vargas of the Illinois Review, who joined me to break down how Governor Pritzker's sanctuary state allowed this to happen, and why this is just the tip of the iceberg, and the numbers will shock you. The corruption runs deeper than anyone thought, and the cover-up reaches the highest levels of Illinois. So stay with me. Now, before I do get to that, did you know that gold has gone mainstream? Yes, you're seeing it everywhere. Prices keep climbing every day. More and more Americans are catching on to the power of gold. But how do you actually take advantage of it? How do you invest in a way that's safe, simple, and built for the long run? Well, that's where Noble Gold Investments comes in. Noble Gold Specialist helps investors go from confused to confident. Whether you are rolling over an old 401k into a gold IRA or want physical coins and bars delivered to your home, Noble Gold makes the process simple. Visit nextnewsgold.com. It's linked down below to claim your free wealth protection kit and find out if you qualify for that silver bonus. You can call the number on the screen, 877-646-5347. Now, earlier today, I sat down with Mark Vargas to get reaction on that explosive breaking news today. Listen, for Illinois. Got some breaking news that will make your blood boil. Homeland Security has exposed an illegal alien working as a police officer in Pritzker's, Illinois, making nearly $80,000 a year with a badge and a gun. This comes as we've uncovered Governor Pritzker spent $2.5 billion on illegal aliens while Democrats kept our government shut down. Mark Vargas from Illinois Review is here with exclusive analysis of this explosive scandal. An illegal who should have left in 2015 has been arresting Americans for a decade. Meanwhile, Texas Guard troops remain blocked from restoring order. Mark, this is insanity. Welcome back. Let's check out this news as it broke.
Let's do breaking news now. Immigration, Customs and Enforcement has just revealed in the last short time a police officer working in Illinois is an illegal immigrant. Radulle Bajic works for the Hanover Police Department. He graduated from the academy in August, but he has been living in the U.S. illegally for a decade after his tourist visa expired in 2015. His illegal status was discovered as part of Operation Midway. So we wanted to bring you the very latest.
Mark, we've just learned an illegal alien has been working as a cop in Hanover Park, making $78,000 a year. How the hell does this happen in America?
Clearly, it slipped through the cracks, but what it does is it reaches to the deepest fears of every American, and particularly Illinoisans, that we have illegal criminal aliens all around us throughout our community. And though they may not look like someone who's just come from Venezuela or Honduras, they could be in your neighborhood as a local police officer, like what we see here in Hanover Park. But what a unbelievable story. And it cuts right to the heart of everyday Illinoisans not feeling safe. And it's why President Trump has deployed the National Guard via Texas, and why we have federal ICE agents to restore law and order. The irony is that you have a police officer who's supposed to uphold the law, but what we learned, thanks to President Trump's administration and rooting out illegal aliens, we learned that those that are supposed to protect the law are also now breaking the law.
Well, let's take a look at the tweet here from the Homeland Security Department. They say Pritzker doesn't just allow illegals to terrorize communities, he lets them become sworn officers. Combined with the $2.5 billion in free health care, is Illinois completely lawless at this point?
No doubt about it. I mean, Illinois, under Governor Pritzker and Mayor Brandon Johnson, it's a community and a city and a state that victimizes the criminals and criminalizes the victims. And those victims also include federal ICE agents. We've seen a 1,000% increase on assaults on federal ICE agents. But then again, this cuts to the core issue, and that is the safety of everyday people. And that is really the number one responsibility of any elected official, including the governor and the mayor, is to protect the people. And what, again, the Trump administration has discovered is alarming. It's shocking, but we shouldn't be surprised, because particularly in a state like Illinois, a sanctuary state, they protect illegal aliens rather than deport them.
Now, this illegal cop, he was supposed to leave in March 31st of 2015. Mark, that's 10 years of arresting American citizens while here illegally. What are your sources saying about how many more illegal cops might be out there?
Well, this is certainly going to open up Pandora's box. And I can assure you that because of this discovery just moments ago, Gary, that now they're going to be looking at the police departments across all across the state of Illinois. At the state capitol, Democrats tried to introduce legislation to allow non-citizens to become police officers, non-citizens to carry firearms. And so, again, this is a state that has protected illegal aliens, but this is earth-shattering, this news, and it's certainly going to send shockwaves across local police departments, who I can guarantee you right now are beginning to look at their personnel records and checking the status of their police officers.
Meanwhile, we've got the Texas Guard blocked by Judge Perry while ICE riots continue at ICE facilities. And then, of course, there's the Soros connection. Are illegals now more protected than our own National Guard, Mark?
Well, that's certainly very obvious. And the answer emphatically is yes, unfortunately. And again, this is the Chicago machine. This is the Democrat Obama Biden machine hard at work. Again, Judge Perry, not only was she appointed by President Biden in 2024, shortly before he left office in a humiliating fashion, but she also served as the chief ethics officer for Cook County State's Attorney Kim Foxx, who during her entire tenure criminalized victims and victimized the criminals. Thousands and thousands of violent criminals are walking the streets of Chicago because of Kim Foxx. Why? Because her largest campaign contributor, Gary, George Soros, put $2 million into a PAC. And so this is no surprise that these activist judges who are in the pockets of Obama and Biden and George Soros would make this type of decision that would, yes, endanger the lives of everyday residents.
Now, excuse me, your investigation, pardon me. Sorry, your investigation showed Pritzker overspent by $547 million on illegals. Now they're getting badges. How deep does this corruption go?
Well, I think we're only scratching the surface, and not just in places like Chicago, but in all of these Democratic-run cities. This is opening up Pandora's box, what has been revealed here at a local police department. But yes, $2.5 billion has been spent on illegals to get free health care in Illinois since 2022. And what that resulted in is Governor Pritzker, who claims to be a business genius, right? I'm a billionaire. Nobody knows business better than I do. Well, he overshot the runway by $547 million. They guessed wrong, and programs that they thought they'd spend less, they ended up spending more. And who fronts the bill? Illinois taxpayers. So not only are Illinois taxpayers, are their lives in danger because these violent, vicious, illegal aliens who have infiltrated our communities and even now local police departments, but now they're also having to front the bill for gigantic mistakes and errors that have been created by Governor Pritzker and his administration, and paying for the free health care of illegal aliens while everyday residents in the south and west sides of Chicago, particularly black moms and black babies, are dying at unusually high rates because of infant mortality and sudden infant death syndrome. Those programs, these necessary programs, are all underfunded because all of the money, all of the resources have been allocated to protect illegal aliens.
Mark, let's zoom out now, because Democrats voted 8 times to keep the shutdown going while funding illegals, with 70% opposing the shutdown in this cop scandal. Is this a death blow for Pritzker?
Absolutely. And the polling, I just saw an article come out today and out of Washington that the Democrats are hemorrhaging support, that their poll numbers are dropping like a rock. There's no doubt. Everybody knows that this government has been shut down on one issue alone, despite what the Democrats want to tell you. One issue. free healthcare for illegal aliens to the tune of $200 billion. But an overwhelming majority of Americans blame the Democratic Party for the shutdown. And just recently, Gary, just a few days ago, Rasmussen put out a brand new poll, and it said two things. Number one, everyday Americans overwhelmingly support President Trump in ridding our cities, Democratic-run cities, of illegal aliens. And secondarily, an overwhelming majority of Americans support the deployment of federal ICE agents and the National Guard, not only to protect everyday legal residents, but to rid these cities of illegals and to protect federal ICE agents.
Now, Mark, final question. American veterans going unpaid, mothers losing WIC, but illegals get health care and police jobs. What's it going to take for Illinois citizens to rise up?
I believe they already are rising up. And what I'm hearing, Gary, from sources on the south and west sides of Chicago, from longtime Democratic political operatives, is as they're walking around and knocking on doors at night to try and get signatures on petitions to get Democratic candidates on the ballot, local ballot, guess what's happening? Residents are pushing back and refusing to sign the petitions of Democratic candidates. And these are residents predominantly in black communities in the south and west sides of Chicago. They're refusing to sign the petitions of Democratic candidates. Why? Because $2.5 billion of money necessary that would have helped their communities have been gone to illegal aliens. They don't feel safe. The streets are a war zone. Innocent families, men, women, children, and babies are dying by murder every single day. And what have the Democrats been doing? Instead of taking care of their own residents, they want to take care, shield, and protect illegals instead.
All right, Mark, thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
So, Patriots, you just witnessed the ultimate betrayal. An illegal alien with a badge arresting Americans for 10 years while collecting $80,000 a year. Pritzker gives them $2.5 billion in health care and police powers while your veterans starve. This is treason at the highest level. So share this everywhere. Make sure you go to IllinoisReview.com. They've got the full investigation and demand Congress act now. The invasion isn't coming. It's here, and they have badges. Got some breaking news. So that was my hit with Mark earlier today. The police officer in Illinois arrested by ICE. Democrats have illegals enforcing the law in their states. It's out of control. This is the photograph of the police officer. No, he's not a brown guy, is he? Nope, certainly not. Oh, and speaking of Pritzker, we got this. JB Pritzker claims, ready for this? The $1.4 million in gambling income that he reported on his partially released tax returns came from one single trip to Las Vegas where he got incredibly lucky. Sure. Sounds like money laundering, a bribe that he got in Las Vegas.
I obviously, and I've explained this, or at least we did in a statement, that I went on vacation with my wife, with some friends. I was incredibly lucky. You have to be to end up ahead, frankly, going to a casino anywhere. It was in Las Vegas, and I like to play cards. And so, that I founded a charitable poker match here in Chicago called the Chicago Poker Challenge that has raised millions of dollars for the Holocaust Museum here. And particularly to stand up for civil rights. That's much of what the Holocaust Museum does. And so, anyway, that's all I can say.
He got incredibly lucky with an incredibly lucky bribe. That's my take. We got this from Ben Bergquam. More on that. We got exclusive video from him. ICE arresting an illegal alien. And here's Ben Bergquam. I think he's talking to an ICE officer.
It's not a good thing. The fact that a police department either missed or overlooked a B2 overstay, which is a federal statute, to me that's not a good thing.
So he was a visa overstay, but even that, because non-citizens can't have a gun. So how can you be a police officer?
Correct. So per Chicago, they have a rule from their own police department that all they require is a work authorization. Okay, that's
to be a police officer in Chicago or
that's their requirement.
Illinois.
That's their requirement. That if that's the case, they still cannot ignore the fact that he was overstaying. That's a federal statute. So whether or not they came up or they missed it or whatever it is, I'm not blaming them, but it was missed, right? So we need to do something.
And we've confirmed that, so he's visa overstay.
Correct.
Wow.
Hey, good job, guys. Good job.
So this is breaking. Apparently this gentleman here, this police officer at Hanover Police Department, just outside of Chicago, is here illegally, overstayed his visa. How he got a job as a police officer. Crazy.
So how long have you been a police officer?
Since January 8th.
January of this year?
Correct. I just finished the academy.
You just finished the academy, okay. All right.
You had to get that.
Just to confirm though too, so they
Amazing exclusive footage from Ben Bergquam of the actual arrest. He's sitting next to the guy.
hired you on, you had work authorization
Correct.
and you were able to carry a firearm?
No.
Okay.
On duty, yes. Off duty, no.
So on duty you could carry a firearm,
State of Illinois, you need a FOID and a CCW to carry a weapon off duty.
but on duty you could?
Correct.
Wow. You know, what's crazy about this is I don't know anything about him other than he says he loves America. The problem is he's not even a citizen. So he can't own a firearm legally in our country, but he's being given a firearm by the state of Illinois as a police officer in the state. And apparently they just, all you have to have is work authorization in this state. That is insane. You haven't even sworn allegiance to our country yet, and yet we're giving you a firearm. Now, this guy may be a great guy, but how many others are working in our country as police officers who aren't great guys? That's insane. That law has to change. I mean, you can't own a firearm unless you're an American citizen. But police departments are going to give you a firearm and allow you to use that in a potentially deadly force situation with citizens when you haven't even passed a citizenship test, but you're supposed to be upholding the Constitution of our country. That is insane.
Wow, Ben Bergquam for the win. That was epic. Here, Governor Pritzker is the topic of conversation with Real Tom Hallman. Question is asked, why do you think Governor Pritzker is so animate against you and ICE?
Across that border. President Trump's policies, whether people want to face it or not, is saving lives by the thousands. Under Joe Biden, a record number of aliens died making that journey. A record number of Americans died from fentanyl coming across that border. This administration is not only enforcing law and making our streets safe again, they're saving thousands of lives.
Why do you think Governor Pritzker is so adamant against you and ICE? Why?
Because they hate Trump more than they love the residents of Chicago.
Is it that simple, though?
You tell me. I don't know.
I don't know.
Well,
Yes.
I think any elected mayor, any elected governor, any elected city council person, their number one responsibility is the safety of their communities. President Trump's policies, whether people want
They hate Trump more than they love America. Stephen Miller, 21 hours ago on JB Pritzker.
And let's just be, I mean, he's a fool and he's a moron, but also, most importantly, Sean, he hates America. And let's just be honest about it. You can't love your country and then fight President Trump to keep murderers murdering. Just think about that for a second. President Trump is saying, let us work with you, with the FBI, with ICE, with ATF, with DEA, with the National Guard, to stop the murdering in your city. And Pritzker is saying he wants to protect the murderers, the people that are shooting dozens and dozens of people every single week. Chicago is more dangerous than Baghdad. It's more dangerous than Mexico City. So shame on Pritzker, and God bless President Trump for fighting for the citizens of this country, Sean. Well, I mean, he's a fool.
If you got value from this report, tap subscribe. My final thought is next. Now, this isn't just about one rogue cop, patriots. This is about a system so broken that illegal aliens are enforcing American laws while collecting taxpayer salaries. Think about every traffic stop, every arrest, every interaction that this man had with citizens for 10 years, all while he was a federal fugitive. And Pritzker spending $2.5 billion protecting people like him, while black mothers on Chicago's South Side can't get basic health care. Mark Vargas confirmed police departments across Illinois are now scrambling, auditing their files, terrified of what they'll find. This is what happens when Democrats put ideology over security, when sanctuary policies become more important than citizen safety. So here's my question for you. Should every police officer in America be required to pass an E-Verify test before getting a badge? Yes or no? Drop your answer in the comments, and Patriots, show your support for real law and order. Check out our merch shop. It's linked in the description.